express who I am more specifically. Go after the things I want to talk about. While I take like a calmer approach to it, so I can just kind of like sit down on topics and talk to myself like I usually do anyway. This is the Skull Space podcast. We are starting this thing because I love skulls. I got it tattooed on me, and I have skulls tattooed on me, and I don't know. I just love looking at space stuff. Like I remember when I first. Oh yeah, let me tell you guys about my sponsor first. We're sponsored by the guy who directed The Big. I don't know, he just really wanted to start this thing up. He thought I had this childish charm to myself that I could carry a franchise for 10 to 15 years. So, full joke still. So that's our sponsor. So let me get into a story I was talking to my friend Eric about earlier. I was talking about how I first became an atheist. It was a really weird time for me because like I didn't really understand how religious my parents were because they really weren't religious with me for a long time. Because when I was young, I read the Bible all the time. My parents bought me this small book. It was only like 200 pages, but it was like the kid edition. So like I would read it almost every day, and I could get through it really quickly because I read all the time. And it was one of I thought it was a really colorful book because I read it. So I thought I knew a lot about religion for a long time. And I also got a teenager Bible book that I didn't really finish, but I got through a lot of the stories. But it was never like for the religion for me. I understand how everyone gets like their own thing out of religion, like faith or hope. But I honestly got the stories out of it. I thought like the stories were really cool. That's why I always like sci-fi. Like the Bible, if it got made into a movie, it'd be super fucking cool. Like it'd be like this badass battle of like all these wars and shit. We always see like Passion of the Christ 3 times over. Like you keep getting versions of Passion of the Christ. Like oh Jesus died. That's not even the cool stuff. There's a bunch of cool stuff. Like what about David and Goliath? They're like when that bear ate those kids because they made fun of a bald dude. Or actually a good version of Noah's Ark. Without Russell Crowe trying to carry a movie by himself with like really weird scripting and not really wanted movie. Someone really asked for a fucking Noah's Ark movie. It's like, hey, do you know what I'd really love to see? What? Noah's Ark. It's like, yeah, dude, he's fucking badass. Like, no, fuck Noah's Ark. He's supposed to be some like 600-year-old man. I want to freaking. Hey Eric. Who's the guy from Sunny in Philadelphia? The really short guy?
Charlie Day. Oh no, Danny DeVito.
I want Danny DeVito to play him, because that would be a better iteration. But, I'm about to become an atheist. I used to have this friend in high school when I was sophomore. His name was Evers. Bleep that out. Like he was a big atheist and his mom was a school teacher, so he was like really smart and he knew a lot of stuff. So like he would make Jesus jokes with me all the time, and they were like so kind of clever in a way that they had like these secret meanings in them. Because the funny part is because it was true. So you keep hitting me with like these information bombs, and I'd be like, "What the? You know what? Yeah, you're so right." And I didn't really think to it. And then one day I just kind of looked in the mirror and I was like, "I'm not religious. I don't believe in this shit. It's just retarded." No offense, but yeah. So then I started like getting really into these like watching these debates of like Richard Dawkins. They would like do these debates with Christians and like talk about their sides, and I was really just trying to like take in both sides. Like I was very like sometimes I felt myself being biased, trying to say like, oh yeah, the Christians are stupid, but sometimes there would be rebuttals that they gave. Sometimes like seems like science is a little stumped on the answering. Maybe we do know the answer, we just don't know how to say it right. And sometimes like we slip up and like I don't like want to give it to the Christians. That just kind of shows more bias, but I try not to be. I try to be equal as possible. So then, yeah, so I watched those videos, and there was a really funny story between me and my cousin Jeremy. I found out he was really religious, like he believed in God a lot. So while I was watching my Richard Dawkins videos, he would play really loud Christian seminars on his phone. And he'd play it really loud, and me and him would get into arguments every day in the school, on our way to school, because we'd always talk about God. Like I was always trying to prove it to him, and he'd always arguing with me. He'd always get really upset. But then I kind of just wore it down on him, and he kind of like was like conceded a little bit. He's like, Jesse, you might be a little right. I drilled it into him. But I'm not saying he repented. I'm just saying like maybe he understood my side more now. And he doesn't get as upset. Another sip of water. Yeah, but the best part was telling my parents. My God, I was so confident. I was like, my parents don't even care. I just dropped it. I didn't even plan to drop it. I didn't even think I had to. I was like, they don't care. Like, why would they care? So I'm like, I'm standing there, I'm like, I don't know, like some thing about religious came up. I was like, oh yeah, I'm atheist. And they're like, what? No, you're not. I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean, no, I'm not? I told you. You trying to tell me I'm not a boy either? Like, that's just a fine, like, fact there, buddy. So yeah, you know, I get upset about this shit. And then I was like, come on, why do you guys care if I'm like, why does that affect you? And it's like, oh, you're going to hell and all this. I was like, I don't know, it just kind of seems dumb. And they're like, oh, what? You think it's dumb? I was like, yeah, it just, you know, it just seems like people believe in it could possibly kind of be stupid. You know, like, I don't know, it's like they believe some weird shit. And I think they're kind of stupid for that. It's like, oh, you think your grandmother's stupid? I'm like, whoa, I didn't say that. What the fuck? You gotta calm down there, cowboy. I didn't say nothing about that. No. And yeah, so then I came up this 1 year battle of me and my parents just like researching all the time and kind of like these articulate like conversations like bring up to them to like try to counteract their ideas that they throw at me earlier in the week. Like they would say something that kind of pissed me off, and I would just think about it all week trying to like formulate a good like counter argument to that. And I'd bring it up and I'd get them down, and that's how they make me more atheist. So the more I had to study to prove them wrong because I have such a big ego. It's like I'm always gonna win. I don't care what it is. I'm like I took this word class in high school or in college, and like I was like, dude, I love this shit. I love like hearing about how people win battles. Like that's how I apply some of my game work to that. Like when I play Fortnite sometimes, when I'm in the mode, like I can think of like strategic locations. Like there'll be like think of an area, right? And I know there's enemies up here, so sometimes I'll like try to like cross intersect them, like see where they're coming from, or try to get up the height advantage before I attack, or like if I start throwing grenades and running back, or just trying to throw suppressive fire, just kind of like war stuff. I could probably articulate it better in like while I was playing the game, but like that's from like off the top of my head. Then yeah. I'm so hard-headed like that. Then I got over telling how I became an atheist. I should probably talk more about it, how I won this like witty conversation between me and my parents. This is like, I don't know, I just really kept to my guns. I feel like a lot of people don't do that when they're in arguments. Like sometimes they concede just to concede and like kind of lose the battle because they don't want to deal with it. But I'm that guy that just kept pushing forward, like past the point of no return. Just like I'm not conceding anything. Like I'd rather get kicked out of this house than say that I'm wrong when I know I'm not wrong. Okay, sometimes in life you have very short lives. Do not give up your opinion. Your opinion is all you got. That's who you are. Like you let people take that shit from you all the time, then you know you're not gonna be the man you're supposed to be. You gotta push back sometimes. That's not being a pussy. Everyone's such pussies nowadays. Like no one just works hard. Like these gotta fucking. Sometimes these guys say, "Hey, fuck you." Like, hey, here, I got a bowl of soup, and it's got that, hey, fuck you in the letters. Yeah, read that, eat some of that, so fuck you. You know? Like, you can't, like, you just can't do, you know? Can't be a bitch all your life. Don't be a bitch. That's what I'm saying. Like, I learned that a lot from, like, growing up with my cousins. Because they were just like that, like, I was kind of a really soft kid growing up. And then when I, like, I kind of got older, I started living with them a lot. Because like in the summer, my parents needed a babysitter, so I would spend the summers with my uncle. My dad would drop me off during the day and pick me up at night. And that's how I got a chance to like really get close to my cousins and stuff. Because we'd like hang out all the time and we'd do like a bunch of imaginary stuff like ninjas, or we'd build like big forts because his dad had all this like loose junk in the backyard. So like we could just build forts like, oh, I had a laser cannon or something, or we pretend we all had superpowers. And like I remember one time I pretended to be the Flash and I was like running around the track. But when I was a kid, I had such a vivid imagination. It really looked like a tornado I was running into, and it just seemed like some of you were seeing like what was that one movie that chick that hits her head and he like spilled all the colors into like the river, and there's like a forest and shit, and he like draws.
No.
Whatever, fuck it. You know, whoever watches this, if anybody, you know what the fuck we're talking about.
Leave it in the comments.
Don't leave it in the comments. Fuck you. I'll look it on my own. But if you do, I won't be upset. But you know, you're just trying to be a smart ass if you do. It's like, oh, look at Mr. Carroll. I sent it to you because I looked at my line and I typed it in really quick, and I was like, yeah, here you go. Yeah. Just because I want to be recognized because I have such a little recognition in my own life that I feel so down in my life that I had to actually do this. I'm like, I'm such a fucking loser. The only excitement I get in my life is when I fucking comment on my favorite YouTuber's channel. That's all I fucking do. I mean, I don't hate you. Like, I'll hang out with anybody, but like, you're a bitch. Like, you know, you're being a bitch. Like, as long as you admit that to me, I do not hate you at all. It's like, hey, sometimes you gotta admit you're a bitch. Like, there's things I'm bitch about. You know, sometimes like, sometimes in the pool and I can't hold my breath, I'm like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna go up. I probably could push myself farther, but fuck that. Alright, I'm not trying to pass out in the pool. Actually, common sense, homie. But you know, a lot of people actually can't commit it, and sometimes I'm like, mine just being a pussy, I could have made that, huh? Or I just gotta stop being so, like, I can't calm down in certain situations, it's hard for me. Because I have, like, the asthma and stuff, so, like, my lungs have a lot of scars on them. So it's hard for me to, like, develop my cardio as much, because it's kind of, like, delayed a little bit. You know when you're playing those UFC games, and you're fighting, and you get, like, -10 points on, like, your stamina or something? That's what my scars on my lungs are. It's, like, permanent 10 points off my life. But I never got this checked out by a doctor, so this is probably none of this is completely true. And I'll just be like, I was like, hey, you're just a bitch. I'm like, all right, sorry. You're right. I should have got that checked medically before I like boasted about it. Yeah. I don't know how long have I done this? Alright, I'm gonna talk. I don't want to do this too long. Next thing I want to talk about, if there's any nerds watching this, this is so I can get more YouTube revenue. So I'm gonna make a nerd clip real quick. And look, so I can do a clickbait, like, oh my god, he talks about Thanos. What does we think about Thanos? No, I want to talk about Avengers 2. I don't know why, but I found that movie to be incredibly lackluster and boring. And, like, the first Avengers was so blue and colorful, and like it was so like, oh, it's the first like rendition of this, and it feels so fresh and new. And you got Loki, and he's such like a cool anti-hero, non-hero, kind of like a sly. He's kind of like Heath Ledger's Joker in his way. Like he kind of did that with the Marvel universe. Like, if anyone's like, what's the closest thing to Heath Ledger's Joker in, like, a supervillain, or in a villain, not a supervillain, but, like, a cinematic universe? I'd be like, Loki, or Tom Hiddleston's Loki in Avengers, and Heath Ledger's performance in Dark Knight Rises, or Dark Knight, not Rises, but Dark Knight. Like, that's pretty close, because they really own their characters, and I can't imagine anybody else doing Loki. So that's why I would say, like, that was one of the best performances. And then Age of Ultron, like, it just felt like they were just making, like, a connection movie. Like, they had the first movie that set it all up, and they made it its own movie, so, like, it'd be such a great time, make everyone come. And then the second Avengers just felt like a connection movie to Avengers Infinity War. Like, it was just a placeholder. It was like, what's the quickest way we can jump from this to Infinity War? So, they just put this movie together, it's like, hey, you got Vision now. And you know that cool guy, Quicksilver? Yeah, we fucking killed him off. Oh. Great, I kinda like this character, man. Really could have done it. And then we got this chick that keeps losing her accent throughout the movie, just running off, freaking, and then fucking Hulk and Black Widow's like relationship is stupid as hell because it's like Black Widow, you hit on Captain America, then you hit on Hawkeye, and like there's always like the sexual tension between the characters, and you just sell on a third guy on the team. Like Jesus, man, Marvel made freaking Black Widow a hoe. This is boy hopping, Jesus, homie hopping. That's what that's called. Black Widow's a homie hopper. Yeah, and then they made Ultron. It was kind of cool, but it was like it kind of seemed like one of those movies like Andy Serkis's performance in Black Panther, where he's kind of like he's like so over dramatic that because he's trying too hard now because he kind of got this rhythm that kind of becomes old. Doesn't seem fresh. That's like kind of performance he brought to the table, so I don't like it. But yeah, it was just very stale. I was like, oh, that's not amazing. That's cool. It's like whatever. I mean, I like the voice pick, but it was like a B movie. Well, I mean, it was a great movie, but it wasn't like the best movie. It's definitely not my top 10 Avengers movies or Marvel movies.
It's Josh said, I hate when I have sexual tension with a spider.
Who?
It's Josh.
Oh, cool. What's that? What is he talking about?
Spiders get me so hot.
What is this filmed on?
Instagram Live.
On my own account?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't want it on my account. I wanted it on the Skull Space one.
Okay, well now it's the time to shout out your skull space.
Yeah, I already said Skull Space. Okay, I did enough time for this. I want to do the next. I want to do my own one.
Gotta make an outro.
Oh, hey, bye everyone. Thanks for watching.